Realty. I'm here with three great, when I mean great, awesome, over the top individual. One is my wife, Jean Smith. She is so blessed to be married to me, let me tell you. And she would tell you, except that her volume is not working, so she can't say it, but trust me, if her volume was working, she would admit to it. And then who else do we have with us today?
Tamikia Seward Lee.
And
Blues Realty.
okay, we're having a little technical difficulty with Gwen Murphy's volume again, but we'll get it straight.
Is that what?
Um, Miss Smith, how are you this evening? Is your
I'm
volume?
fine, and my volume is working perfectly.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm just so glad. Hey guys, we're hitting you up on another live jam. We're talking about relationships this evening. Relationships, relationships are an amazing thing. Miss Smith, why don't you kind of lead us into the conversation for a moment?
Um, like somebody said, relationships are really, really important. The relationship that you have with your realtor when you're first buying a house. These two ladies right here and right there have had long time relationships with us before they became actual realtors. And each of them are going to tell their own personal story. But Smitty and I helped them buy a house. So actually, Gwen, would you like to start how you?
Sure. So my name is Gwen Murphy Johnson, and I'm with River City Blues Realty. And I purchased my house through Asian Park, and Smitty was my agent back then. An experience.
How long ago was it, Gwen?
1995 is when I purchased my
Wow.
home. Yes, and they had a program called Highland Park Restoration Committee.
Highland
Yeah.
Park Restoration Preservation Program, otherwise known as
Yes.
HP RAP. Yep.
Yes.
Wow, that
And I
really goes
purchased.
back.
Yeah, and I purchased my home, and I also abatement, which I don't know if they have it now. So I had 10 years tax abatement where what my house was valued at
Yeah.
before. Yes, I
Yeah.
had 10 years.
That
That was a great program.
that
So,
program.
Smitty,
Yeah.
actually, I'm going to need you to repeat some of the things that Gwen's saying because she's breaking up.
Okay, Gwen said that I'm a great
Oh,
individual, that she
Mhm.
feels very blessed and honored to have worked with me over the years, and how when she was searching for a realtor, she never dreamed in a million years that she would run across such a nice, caring, and friendly individual such as myself. She further went on to say that she's so happy that over the years we've become really, really good friends. That's what she said.
Okay.
Right, Gwen?
that. I'm sorry that my phone is breaking. I did take advantage of the program that was here in the Highland Park area, analyzing homes and looking for minorities to purchase homes, and I was one of those.
Mhm.
Did
And
you? I didn't hear, but did you get any grants and down payment assistance?
It was the tax abatement.
Okay, that's excellent. Do they still have that program now? Do you know?
I think they do. I'm not sure.
Okay,
Smitty would
okay.
probably be able to tell us.
well, HP Rap, they're not in existence anymore. The city of Richmond, I have to check to see if they still do have tax abatement. I'm not sure if do or don't. We felt quite a few people take advantage of tax abatement, and I had an interesting conversation with someone today, and that's a whole nother topic for another day. But as the property values increase, you can expect your real estate taxes to increase. And Gwen, you've probably experienced a lot of that where you
Oh,
live, where
yes.
your payment goes up because your real estate taxes go up.
My
Um,
taxes on my house was like 800, and now $500.
you said it was 800. Now it's how much?
2500.
2,500. Oh
2500.
my goodness gracious!
Hmm.
Mhm.
Wow. So that means that your mortgage payment would have significantly increased over the years. Now, family, there's some good and there's
Yes.
some bad with that. The bad with that is that your mortgage payment can in fact go up. The principal and interest remain the same, but your payment goes up because of your taxes or your insurance. But what that also means is that Gwen's home is worth considerably more than when she bought it, probably double, maybe even triple or quadruple. So there is a there it's bad, but it's kind of good. It's the cost of equity. Equity is the difference between what you owe and what your home is worth. So Gwen's home has increased in value significantly over the years. Not that Gwen ever would sell, because she made it clear she ain't going nowhere. But
so can we ask you? Can we ask you, Gwen, how much was your house when you first bought it, if you don't mind me asking?
It was 60
or 65,000.
65.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
Well,
1995.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if you had to take a guess, Gwen, what would you guess your home is worth today?
360.
Yeah, about 360. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. You can easily sell your home for 360. So you went from $65,000 as your initial purchase price, which, let me tell you, family, for Highland Park, that was crazy high. Okay.
Yeah, never.
But now you can easily sell your home for 360. We just listed a home in the north side in Barton Heights, a sister to Highland Park, and it's 540. And we're the low kids on the block at 540. Family, this is equity. This is African American folks creating generational wealth, and that's what we want We want you to experience the same thing Gwen has experienced. But also we have Miss Tamiki Lee, and Miss Tamiki Lee, she is so quiet. She loved nothing more to sit there and just smile, but no. We're going to pull Tamiki Lee into the conversation. June, why don't you take the pleasure and engage Miss Tamiki Lee?
Okay. Hi, Tamikia.
Hi, Sam.
And I had the pleasure of working with Tamikia. How many years ago, Tamikia?
It'll be 4 years in April. And well, actually, we started working around February this time 4 years ago.
Yep. And how did you hear about us, Tamikia?
At the Grits and Grants workshop.
So you came to a Grits and Grants workshop to learn about becoming a homeowner.
Yep.
And that's how you met Smitty and I of River City Blues Realty.
Yep.
And tell us, did you have any, if you don't mind me asking, did you have any credit issues? Did you have anything that you learned in the class that you were like, you know what, I need to take care of this before I move on onto home ownership?
Yeah, I definitely had credit issues. And I learned through the workshop. I went Southside. I always forget the entire
Southside
name.
Community Development.
Yeah, I went through them, and they helped me, guided me through that. I sat down with them, and we went over a budget, and they gave me a worksheet to write down all my expenses. They did like a soft pull of my credit report and told me things that I needed to pay off and pay down, and exactly to where I needed to pay them down if it was just something that I needed to pay down. And it worked.
How long did it take you to do that?
Not long at all. I don't remember when I went to the workshop. I mean, it was like months. I mean, it was like a few months, like from the time I first went to the first workshop, which I think was like the end of 2018. And I closed on my house in April of 2019.
Okay. So what is it like being a homeowner?
So it's great. First of all, it's a wonderful, grateful, blessed feeling, because I always just, up until I became a home owner, or up until honestly I started Mini, I just really, I didn't see, I wanted it for myself, but I didn't see it because I just didn't think I could ever get there.
Yeah.
So it sometimes I still to today, sometimes I look around and be like, wow, like, I'm a homeowner, like, I just never really
And you went from a
independently.
homeowner to becoming a real estate agent.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Oh my gosh. So, I had my real estate license some years ago when I
Mhm.
lived in Maryland, but I really didn't do anything with it. Um, but just, working with you guys and then just the relationship that June and I, Smitty too, but mostly June and
Maybe
I,
too.
Oh,
just the relationship that we kind of built over the years. She always affectionately refers to me as her little sister. And
Mhm.
just even after the closing, like she just always, just called me and checked in with me. And she actually helped me move. Like I almost forgot about that. You and your
Mhm.
son actually came over and helped me move into my house.
Yeah.
So I mean, we just kept in touch all of these years, and I expressed my interest to her, and that I wanted to get my license here in Virginia. I put it off for a couple of years. She always constantly called and asked me about it, like, what are you doing? When are you going to do it? And this and this and that. So it was just like really encouraging. And then when I was going through the process, June and Smitty, they would like quiz me over the phone and, help me prep for my, my test and everything. So it's just been wonderful.
Oh,
you know,
thank you.
thank you for sharing to Mickey Lee.
Mhm.
And Gwen, let me go back. I'm always picking on Gwen because I've known Gwen so long. So it's like I'm picking on my bigger sister since she's much,
Bigger
much
sister.
older than me. My much, much, much older sister. Okay, but Gwen, when we worked together when you bought your home, and it's just amazing how when we speak of relationships, you meet people and then it just grows into something else. I don't know if you guys know this, but at some point, Gwen and I we were both these freaking old heads at VCU trying to make it through algebra. Oh man. Oh my God, it was not pretty, y'all. It was not pretty. And Gwen and I, we would always get together and we would meet at each other's house and sit there and just agonize over that. Just agonize. I mean, just on and on. Everything. I don't understand. You don't understand. I don't understand. We don't understand.
Don't
But it's so
understand.
cool how when relationships form, you never know where they're going to go. You know.
Mhm.
And to now think that again, I was blessed to assist Gwen cut up like 15 or 16 credit cards and she cried like a baby. But we're not talking about that right now because I'm not one to put Gwen on blast like
Don't.
that. But to then, for us to become even more friends when we're struggling through algebra, to Gwen, getting her real estate license. And let me tell you, folks, Gwen is a very, very, very caring person. You know, Gwen will do some stuff to help her clients honestly and truthfully. And well, Gwen, I'm telling you a story. Let you tell your story, Miss Murphy Johnson.
Well, first of all, I like to meet where you're at in life. Okay, and so I want to be intentional buyer. I know how afraid I was, um, and a little intimidating. So I feel like if you have somebody that you can, first of all, on your level, and not using all the big fancy terms, but just have a one to make people open up and feel that you have to earn their trust first. Trust them and let them know this is a judgment-free zone with me. I'm not
Yeah.
judging you. I'm talk, and I tell them I will be transparent. I will give you, if you ask me for at the end of the day, what you decide is what goes.
Mm-hmm.
So people know that, but they have somebody there that they can talk to if the need's here for you. And I say utilize me, use me. That's what I'm here for. If you're reading a document and you don't understand what the lender sent you and you just want to talk to me about it. So and then when the transaction is over, it's not over. They're for you. And I can say, still call me. You don't know about your home warranty, I help you get your home warranty set. Things come up when you sign the document and get the key, and in a day or two, I'm there for you. If you don't understand, you don't know how to call American Shout Out, but I'm just saying. Then I kind of walk you through that to help you. So,
Yeah.
okay.
We got what advice? Oh, here's a question for you from Heather Jones Tanner. What advice would you give to me to help someone make the first step towards home ownership? What is the first step? Tamiki, June, would you guys like to handle that? Because of course I have. Oh, and then also Heather said leave June alone. I mean, leave Gwen alone. I ain't got started on Gwen yet, Heather. Leslie too. That's L2.
Do you wanna take that, Tamika?
I would say the very first step would be to call a realtor. Um, Talk to the realtor, and then the realtor, if you don't already have a preferred lender of your choice, will get some information and then refer you to a lender that best fits your situation.
Okay. Because everyone's situation, in fact, is different,
Yeah.
And many times there are basically, we all handle this thing different. Me, myself, I call it my 5 questions to help me guide you in the right path. Number 1, how soon would you like to buy a home? Because that helps dictate how quickly we need to get things in action. Next, normally I ask, what is your credit score? Because again, we just need to do an assessment for where you are now. 3, I ask, how much money do you have saved to take? How much money do you have saved of your own? And then I ask a really silly question, but it's for a purpose. Would you like to take advantage of grants and down payment assistance? And then if they say yes, then I say, great. The 5th question is, do you operate off of a monthly budget? About 5 questions, because if any of the top 4 questions you have some concerns with, family, everything comes down to budgeting. Budgeting is king. You got to know where your money comes from, where your money goes. The other day, I spoke to a new individual. Her income is $85,000 a year. $85,000 a year. No debts. And my simple question was, how much money do you have saved? And the answer was none. And I almost jumped out my car and ran around it 3 times. I couldn't believe, you guys know, $85,000 a year in income, and you don't have any money saved. Well, why not? June, do you have any questions that you generally ask? Because Mickey's absolutely right. The first thing you do is you refer them to a realtor, that's us, and then we start working with you. June, do you have?
I basically ask them why, because I always want to know what the core is. Why is it important for them to buy a house at whatever stage they are in life? Because that drives them forwards. Like I always say, it's just like, I will help you, but I won't carry you. And I'm very straightforward. So to me, that's one of the important questions is why.
Okay. And one of my favorite
I did want to add, I wanted to go back because everyone was actually telling their story. So I wanted to tell my story. I'm going to be 100% real. I had 3 agents before Smitty became my real estate agent. And I felt like I was a single parent of 4, and they were kind of steering me in certain areas that I didn't want to live in. And I felt like I was steered because I was a single parent. So I was very mistrusting of real estate agents in the beginning. I felt like, they're all about the commission. They don't really care about me. And I met Smitty, and I felt Smitty was the same. I was just like, he just cares about getting his commission, and that's it. But, to be honest, when we first went into the house, I was just like, oh, I really like this house. It's really nice. And I was so surprised because honestly, I don't know if you remember Smitty, but it always stuck in my head. He actually went through the house with a fine-tooth comb and was telling me everything that was wrong. The rest of the agents was telling me how beautiful it was and how they could see me living there and all the fluff that I guess they wanted me to hear, and I'm not bad mouthing agents. I'm just saying that, this was my experience. And so from that, in order for me to be a good agent, I want to know why someone wants to buy a house. I want to know what they're looking for, what their needs are. So I kind of do an orientation at first.
And June, you're absolutely right. And the thing I will never, ever, ever forget, y'all, and you have to have seen this to believe it was in Northside, and someone took drywall mud and they actually drywall mudded over the electrical outlet. So it was just a switch. It was like the switch was in the middle of a solid wall. And, it just. And
I didn't know anything about houses, so I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. I was like, it's a switch. I can switch on the light and switch it off. I don't know.
It was, And believe it or not, family, a lot of times what June and I do is, and this sounds odd, but many times we search for a reason for you not to buy a home, not to buy that house. And if we can find an obvious reason why you should not buy that house, we will share it with you. We will absolutely positively share it with you, because it's better for us to tell you now and save you $400, because a home inspector, if we can see it, a home inspector is definitely should not miss it. And so again, we try to find reasons up front, because we want you to buy a home. We want you to be happy, because like Gwen and Tamikia, more Tamikia, because Gwen is okay, but Tamikia is a real friend. Gwen wouldn't let me cheat off of her, so I'm still caught in my feelings about that. There are a couple of those algebraic equations. Brother needed a little bit of help. And Gwen was taking a test like this,
covering her answer.
Yeah. Sometimes I think she wrote the wrong answer on purpose.
No, you should.
But family, it just comes down to relationships, because who would have thought, all these years later, we're still here. We become real estate agents. We're all working for River City Blues Realty. And I remember when I first met Tamiki, she was so quiet. I was like, oh my God, that girl's so quiet. But you could tell she meant business, and Tamiki is the kind of person that's not going to be up in your face, but you can best believe, she's going to take you by the arm, and she's going to walk you through the process, and she's going to make sure that you're capable of making your decision. And when I appreciate you most, Tamiki, is the fact that when your clients are done, they made that decision, like you said, so there's no hard feeling, because you made the decision. I always tell folks, as real estate agents, we give opinions, we make recommendations, you make decisions, and you make the mortgage payment, because June and I, have we ever made anyone's mortgage payment?
No.
When have we ever volunteered to put any money to it? No, not one time. And we won't either. That you can
but
believe.
I also wanted to add, these ladies, whether Gwen has been in her home for 20 plus years and Tamika's been in the home for 4 years, they don't forget that experience. They don't forget how scary it was. They don't forget how uncomfortable the whole process was, kind of like figuring out, is this the right decision? And so they bring this to the table. You know what I mean? They bring the caring, the experience. They don't forget what it was like, and I think that everybody in our team will definitely hold your hand through that whole entire process and make you feel as comfortable as possible, and that are there. There's no 9 to 5 hours. It's just like, if you need us, we're here to answer your question. We will get back to you.
Yeah,
I think that's really important.
It is. Yeah. It is. And my favorite saying of all is that, family, we're there for you at the beginning
and at the end.
See, that's what happens. That's what happens.
You in the middle.
What she said. How does it go, Gwen Murphy Johnson? You the one made it up.
Right.
How do you say it?
I will be there with you to end, and I will not leave you in the middle.
Say it again, Gwen. I got to steal it right next time.
Okay.
We'll be there at the beginning.
There with you from the beginning. I will not leave you in the middle.
There you go. Exactly what she said.
It?
I got it. When I steal it next time, I'm gonna steal it correctly. Okay. And
I say something. You don't
mind? No.
So how did I decide to become an agent? I can tell you exactly. The pandemic, COVID pandemic, was real. Yeah. And for me, I'll say, and I know a lot of people were affected by this, but it made me uncomfortable that I had, because I laid in the bed on a Sunday morning and I said, so what you gonna do? Are you gonna do the same old thing for the next years and years and years? And so happened, I turned on Facebook, and Smitty was offering for anybody that was interested in being an agent. And I said, I'm just gonna listen. I ain't gonna do it, but I'm just gonna listen. And I listened. And then June was on. I think June had said something, and when he was listening to come into the webinar, and June had said about her being an agent and everything. And I listened to it, and it just was intriguing to me. And I was like, okay, let me just listen, but I ain't gonna do it. But I'm just so after I listened to the webinar that we were all on, and Shelby from Channel 6.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Shelby was from Channel 6. She was on there, and it's probably about 4 or 5 over with. It was no pressure. It was like the decision was mine to make, whether I wanted to wait. So I said, do it. Just do it. So I signed up at Mosley Flint. We crash course. Now that I should have thought a little bit more about. Went to class Tuesday and Thursday, twice a week for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
That, and I went and I sat for my exam, and the process of doing it. I had to just do it because I felt like if I would have stopped and thought about it. So that's how I became an agent.
You know, Gwen, I guess that's probably true for a lot of things. What do you think, Tamika Lee, that if, we always say that it's, excuse me for the way this sounds, but sometimes you got to be too stupid to know that you can't do what you just done, because, sometimes you can be too smart for your own good, and sometimes you just get in there. And both of you are part-time agents. Both of you guys have full-time gigs, right? So you guys each had to find the discipline to do this while working a part-time job, full-time job, and then you still have to take time out for your clients. So I commend you because sometimes June and we struggle. So I can't imagine how much additional dedication that it takes for you guys. But Gwen, you've proven it. Your couple of friends have invited you by for Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't invite you by my house for dinner. But yeah,
I had 2 Thanksgiving invitations. Yes, I got to have Thanksgiving dinner with my.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
I want to add also that for me it's a little bit different. I'm kind of hard-headed, to be honest. It's good with my clients because I'm a hard-headed, so I'm going to push my clients to get where they want to get. If they say I want to buy a house, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make it happen. But for myself, it's like I have to be backed against the wall. And I say that because I became a real estate agent because I was downsized from my position because of, what was it? It was Obamacare, I guess. So they were cutting a lot of medical positions. So I was like, okay, I got to do something. And somebody was like, well, become an agent. And I was like, agent, I'm not a salesperson. I can't see myself doing it. But that's how I kind of fell into it. And now that I'm in it, it's like I cannot imagine me doing anything else. I love being a real estate agent. I love the whole process. It's really, really rewarding to me. So it's just, and the same with me trying to buy a house. It's just like my rent was going up every single year, $50, $100. And I kind of looked at my lease one day and was like, oh my God, there's no cap. My rent can go up $200 or, $500, and there's nothing I can do about it except move. So again, I was kind of forced into, I better buy a house because if this goes up another $200, I can't afford to rent anymore. So for me, I get motivated more when I'm kind of backed into a corner, which is not good, but I get things done.
We all have our systems to success. And Ms. Smith, and you said something, I just want to touch upon it. You probably would not enjoy, I know you would not enjoy being a real estate agent if you were a salesperson, No, because we don't sell. I tell people all the time, we are not here to sell you anything. We are not here to sell you. We're here to guide you. We're here to assist you. We're here to answer your questions. But we're not here to sell you anything because we don't own anything to sell you. First of all, I don't own this home, so I can sell it to you. At best, when I'm at my best, I'm giving you guidance. I'm giving you professional advice, giving you professional opinion. And you know, and like June said, you know, when we show up to a house, what's the first thing we look at, Miss Smith?
We look at the roof, well, that's more than one, but the
Yeah.
roof, the foundation, and the windows.
Yeah, and you know, and we pointed out to you as soon as we get out the car. If the roof is bad, we jump back in the car. We flash them gang signs, right? And we feel the wheel on our body. You know, Gwen, what's the first thing you do when you get to a property?
Well, I always look around to make sure nobody. And the second thing, when I open the door, I have to look up because I don't want them dropping in my locks. I'm sorry. Before I step in, I look up just to make sure ain't no little critters. Just be real. You do run across that. But let me tell you what happened the one time. Oh goodness. I was taking a client to behind me, and a snake.
Oh.
A snake. And I was like, and I was just like, okay, I cannot scream. Okay. And she said, yeah, you okay? I said, I'm okay. I said, let's go in. You know what I said? I said, that was just a snake. I wanted to scream so bad. But I was like, Gwen, just be professional. And we left. I said, I want to tell you something. She said, I said, girl, that was a snake. She said, what? I said, yes, it was a snake. I said, but I didn't know if you were scared. Like, I was going to be scared, so I ain't say nothing. Because he did. But it was a snake.
She still, we believe you. Okay.
Like the house anyway, thank God.
What was it, Gwen? Because we didn't hear what you said. What was it? You said it was a cat? Was it a cat?
No, I looked at that, but it was a snake. Yeah, but she didn't like the house. I snake when we came. She said, I don't think I like this house. I said, I want to tell you something. We saw a snake. That was a snake. It's all good. But first thing I look for is anything that might be hanging or that to look up before I walk in.
Yeah. You know
Tamika,
what?
can you think of anything that any experience that you have or any pattern that you formed when you're showing a house?
First of all, I commend Gwen because if I go anywhere and see a snake, I'm running. I'm literally running. So good job. But actually, I actually learned from you, June. You know, things to look for because you used to, you know, take me around to your showings, and so I look for, you know, the roof, the windows, looking underneath the bathroom and kitchen sinks for water stains, making sure there are no leaks, looking in the bathtub and stuff like that, making sure that make sure it doesn't look or feel like any, you know, foundation issues and things like that. So I learned all that from you, June.
Oh. That's my sister.
And
And what about you, Smitty? Do you have any?
You know, I tend to take a slightly different approach, encompassing a lot of what you guys say, because again, first thing I like to do, I like to look at the roof, and I like to make sure that the buyer looks at the roof. You know, and again, the home inspector is $350 to $400. So we can identify stuff with the senses God bless us with. Then we need to utilize what we've been blessed to have. So we look at the roof, you know, we point out the windows, and then we also, you know, we look at the steps, you know. And the reason why I look at the windows is because I want to see if any windows are open. If there's any open windows that I can see from the outside, then there might be some trouble on the inside, you know. And as a realtor, you know, I feel it's my responsibility, since I do this every day, to protect my clients, you know. So when I open the door, typically I'll yell realtor, and then I'll let the clients go in first. And if they come back okay, then I'll go in.
He's so wrong.
There ain't but one of me, you know. I got many clients. Don't do it. Yeah, I don't do it that way. No. But,
Yes. I'm actually remembering you made me go in first.
And if you had kids, I always have you send your kids in first, okay? No, I'm just joking, but no, family, in all sincerity, because you gotta love people, you gotta take care of people, because Richmond's a small town. I would have never have thought in a million years that Tamika would be an agent with River City Blues Realty from when we first met her,
Mhm.
and at the end of the day, we really want everyone to have a good opinion of us, and you never know. You meet somebody today, you talk about them about tomorrow, but then they're front and center another day. So we got to take care of people from the beginning all the way through. Family, my favorite saying is, I'm here for you at the beginning to the end, and I won't leave you in the middle.
Somebody will steal an idea, right?
He take it out the air.
And no, and we talk about this in our crazy faith, meetings in the morning. How you guys, you're entrepreneurs, you're entrepreneurs, you guys are out here, no guaranteed income, and Gwen, you worked many times. Gwen was the release queen, Yeah, the girl can sing that song. Let me tell you. But family, what's so cool about that is that she still continues on. She still continues on with the struggle. And Gwen, you got to admit, you received some real nice financial blessings from your hard work and your faith.
Yes.
And
Yes.
family, that's what it's about. It's about taking care of people, because when you take care of people and you give away knowledge, you give away motivation. And Tamika, you've done a couple shows, and you're out there handing out information. I really look forward to doing some shows with you this year, Tamika. Get some exhibits. We're going to have our nice little River City Blue Realty set up. Go there and open up our cooler and pop all our stuff out, and just bless people with the knowledge and the motivation to begin to invest in themselves. And I just think that's just the right thing to do. And guys, you never know who you're going to run back into in the future. So we got to take care of everybody. You ain't got to marry all your clients like I do. But you surely got to understand that, what you give out comes back to you times two.
It does.
And we have quite a few other people on the team that are just as amazing as these guys here, that really, really care about our clients. And that's really important. That Smitty, as a broker, one of the things that he does is just, he interviews you before you, well, I'll let you talk, Smitty. What do you do? What is the process if there's an agent looking to join River City Blues Realty?
First thing I do is I try to understand what your mission is. Why do you want to become a real estate agent? To make sure that you really, truly understand what it takes to be a realtor. If your mentality is that of being a salesperson, I'll tell you that we're not the right family for you. You're not going to do well here. Don't waste your time getting frustrated, because that's not what we're about. We are about educating folks. We're about giving information away and just having the confidence in knowing that the business will flow back to you. Next question to ask is, because I know it takes a while. Real estate is an expensive business. We pay a lot of fees, family, a lot of fees. So, do you have the financial backing to be able to afford the fees, while you're getting established in the business? And then I ask the most important question in my mind is, are you willing to waste your very first commission check? And I ask both of you guys that question. Are you willing to just go out and just blow it? Don't do any responsible thing with it. Don't do any adulting. Okay, just go ahead and take the money and just blow it to reward yourself for everything you've done, but also exercise the faith and confidence in knowing that you can continue to do it. And then the fourth question is, can I get you to really listen to what I'm saying about being safe? Because it all starts with safety. It all ends with safety. And you ladies, you guys have been around for a minute, so clearly you're doing some of those things correctly. So,
Mhm.
and it's just an honor and it's a pleasure. And, not very many brokerages can honestly, truthfully say that they have a real estate family such as we have. Guys, we have something really special and it's valuable, and agents come into us and agents, they depart us,
Mhm.
and what we do is we wish them the very best of luck.
Mhm.
We assist them wherever we can, but, we still maintain that camaraderie, that familyness, and it just makes all the difference for me, personally.
Yeah. But you know what, Smitty? One of the things that you haven't mentioned is that it's not just the real estate family, but our family kind of extends to the lenders because we're always looking for lenders that have really good programs with grants and down payment assistance. I mean, of
Absolutely.
course, you know, an individual can bring their own lender. Of course, they can. They can bring their own inspector. But if they don't have any, and if they're always looking for recommendations, then that's one of the things is to find a good lender that actually cares about the client
Yeah,
and not just the number.
yeah, we're always client matching. We're always client matching with the lender that has the best product and the best. I hate to say it, but the best personality for
Mhm.
matching the buyer, because we have some lenders who are like June, like boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna give it to you straight to the point. And then we have some people who are better off with lenders that go a little bit slower, kind of explain everything.
Mhm.
And let's be honest, if I were a buyer and you sent me to the lender that explains everything, I'd go crazy. Because what's my saying? As few words as possible, please. So I would do well with the lender that's straight to the point. Whereas June is a talker. Let me tell you, June can talk. Okay, so June might be better off with a lender that shares a lot more verbiage. Goes into a lot more detail. So we always try to well, Gwen, what kind of lender would you prefer to work with?
I like the detail. I want to
The
know.
detail?
I think I would like the detail.
Okay.
Mhm.
And Tamiki Lee, what kind of lender, if you were to start this business all over again, knowing everything that you know, which is a considerable amount of information, what type of lender would you choose to work with?
Definitely a detailed and patient
Mm,
lender
okay.
because I ask a lot of questions.
Okay. What about you, Miss Smith? What kind of lenders would you prefer to work with based upon your years of experience?
Again, it's got to be a person that honestly cares. It's not let me pull your credit straight away. It's like, what is it that you're looking for? What can you afford? What is your family dynamics? So yeah, it's just not just about the numbers. Of course, the numbers are important, but it's not just about the numbers. And I also wanted to say the same thing for the title company. A client can choose whatever title company they have, but that's another relationship that's really important. You want a title company that goes the extra mile, that's really flexible. Not all title
Mhm.
companies will meet the client at their house
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
6 or 7 o'clock at night. You know what I
That's true.
mean? Or if we actually had, and I think this was First Talent Escrow, which is absolutely awesome, giving a shout out to them. They met a client or arranged, the client had to go to a, I think it was business seminar in DC, and they had a connection up there so that they can sign their paperwork in DC while the person was doing a training class there. So that was just the flexibility of our team, um, the individuals that work closely with us, and then our extended family, the lenders and the closing companies. I think that's all important in making an individual's dream work.
Mhm.
Yeah. Teamwork making the
And just
dream work.
another thing that I was going to say is just like, because we're such a team, it's just like, yes, me and Smitty may be the nucleus, is that the word, of the
Well,
team, but
close enough.
again, it's not. But again, flexibility, because if Smitty and I can show a house, then we've got Tamika, we've got Gwen, we've got other members in the team that are just willing to step up and be there. So it's like you don't just work with Smitty and I, you work with all of us. We're all here connected that care to make your dream happen.
June, and that's a good point. And
Yeah.
and I want to make sure that everyone, all of our viewers, make sure you take down Tamikia and Gwen's phone
Mhm.
number. Give them a call
Mhm.
and talk to them. Guys, these are good agents that really and truly care about. I didn't tell you all the stuff Gwen has done, but the girl has gone above and beyond the call of duty. She's done some stuff that I was like, what? And she made it happen, family.
Mhm.
Again, it's the energy you give out, you get twice that energy back. So, again, take their phone numbers down. It's right beside their name and
Mhm.
give them a call. And trust me, try me. See if they're just willing to talk to you and kind of guide you and get you started. All right. Guys, Tamiki and Gwen and June, I appreciate you guys taking time out and sharing with us for our 10-minute post.
You
Gwen,
know
do
what it's like
you,
when you get family together, it never ends, okay?
yeah.
He
Gwen, do
never
you have
does
it?
never.
Tell the same line to everybody. I had 10 minutes. We'll be out of here. Gwen, do you have any parting words? And don't steal my saying as a part of your parting words.
I'll let you have that. Okay, I'm gonna let you have that for tonight. But no, don't let your fear stop you. Um, at the top of the head affects your bottom. Okay, so whatever
Wait,
you
wait, wait,
think is
wait,
what
wait.
you're
Wait a minute, Gwen. Wait a minute. Let me write that down.
Oh God, here we go.
gonna. So
Okay.
whatever you
I,
think, that's what it's gonna affect everything. So if you do this, yes, I can. See my sign? Yes, I can. You can do it. Yes, you can, but you have to put the work there. You have to put, but you have people and you're netting yourself with.
mhm.
Who is your go-to person? Hey, I don't understand it. Who can I text? I would like to be that person that you text or call. My phone number is 804-309-8889, and that's Gwen.
Again, your voice broke up. I'm going to say it again. It's 804-301-5989, and that's to give Gwen a call. And again, test me. Give Gwen a call. You have a real estate question. It doesn't mean you're here to buy a house. It just means that you're here to start planning. And you may be not ready to plan, but in pre-planning. But family, that's when we do our best work. We do our best work to help you prepare for home ownership.
I think your voice broke up again with that number, Smitty.
Okay, it's
Let me try it.
804.
It's 804. Gwen's number is 804-398-3909.
See, everybody thinks it's me. Everybody thinks it's me.
And you know what? And you know what? What's me? And when they come, they're gonna already know what I'm gonna give them. It's okay. We all have something to give.
Yeah, we do.
We
We
do.
do. So, and I only got that. So when it was from the head and from, I'll give it. I'll go back.
Yeah.
And Tamika, do you have any closing words?
Yeah, just that, I really love doing this. I look forward to helping. Yeah, I was a single parent wanting to provide a home for my girls for so many years. And unfortunately, I was not able to, or I just didn't know how to do that for them. But I remember promising my son, it's like a 12-year difference between my youngest daughter and my son. And I promised my son that I promised him home ownership, and I made was able to make that happen for him,
Mhm.
fortunately, through the help and assistance and guidance of this River City Blues, family before I was a part of the family. So, I want you to call me if you if you can resonate with that if you feel like, home ownership is like this insurmountable goal to you, just, call me. If you feel like you're not ready, call me for whatever reason. If you feel like it's your credit, your savings, your income, whatever the reason is that you are holding yourself back,
Yeah.
give me a call and let's talk about it. And even if you're not exact, because when I first started, I wasn't exactly ready. I had to do some things to get ready. But these wonderful people, you know, providing me resources and guidance and assistance to get there. So now I'm a part of that team, and I want to extend that same support and assistance to someone else. So
That was very
my
well
number's
said,
here,
Tamika.
804-924-7345.
And do you have a slogan or anything like that you care to share?
I don't. I like Gwen's though.
And Ms. Smith, anything you'd like to share?
Oh no, that got me kind of teary-eyed, to be honest.
It
Wow.
was cool. I especially like the part about holding yourself back, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, isn't that really what we're doing? We're either moving ourselves forward or we're holding ourselves back. I thought that was so cool.
And I think just, from you saying that, what came to mind is I can, you can, we can. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Ms.
That's
Smith. Hold on.
Yep.
Say it again.
There you go.
Tamika, I think that should be your slogan. I can,
I,
we
can.
can, you can.
I like that. Thank you.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
Yep.
That's
I love that. I can, you can, we can.
mhm.
Write that down.
And just put home ownership at the end of it. I think that would be really a cool slogan for you. I don't know. I don't really have anything. I'm here. That's all I can say is I'm here. It's a joy helping, people become homeowners. That's my passion. That's it.
Well, thank you, Ms. Smith. Thank you, ladies, for hanging in here with us for 10 minutes. I'm gonna let you guys go. And my closing words are, pick up the phone and call these folks. All right, just pick up the phone and call either one of them. I promise you, family, we'll be there from you at the beginning to the end, and we won't leave you in the middle. Because at the end of the day, family, I can, you can, and we can.
Oh, wrong.
Deuces!
So wrong.
All right, folks. Thank you. I got to go practice, right? Do we agree? Well, you better let me talk to you next time. I mean that too. Hey, ladies, thank you. Y'all have a blessed
Thank you, Smitty.
All right. Goodbye.